Welcome back to Sea Encounters Battleships. It's Haras here, and in today's episode we are going to see HMS Agincourt fighting against HMS Venture by Thompson, and of course Agincourt is by Natterchap. So yeah, let's have a quick look at both designs. Really fantastic job from both sides. Nice superstructure features and some powerful guns. And of course, the main difference here is that Natterchap is using a very tanky battleship design, while Thompson is sporting a battle cruiser, and not only a battle cruiser but also one that has got a support from the carrier. So what it means is that it comes equipped with some planes. So let's see how this is going to work out. In the previous episode, actually Thompson was able to defeat Impresario from Ferran 4 using the planes. It was quite an effective strategy there. I wonder if it can repeat the same feat with Natterchap's design, or the numerous and quite effective AA from Natterchap is going to put stop to that. Let's see about this. And indeed, anti-air have opened up all the guns. It's really making a spectacle here, targeting the planes. But for now, the shots are not that effective, I think. Just a couple of planes have been lightly damaged. Wow, a salvo from the Venture just flew very close. Okay, I think that some of the planes have been chipped a bit and potentially disabled. Yeah, but this one just was able to barely release the bombs, and yeah, the bombs are still landing in the water, and I think it's going to hurt the propulsion system a lot. But Agincourt is a very tanky ship. It really can take a lot of damage, so I think it should be fine. Let's see. So it's at 88% right now, and the Venture is 93. So basically Agincourt had to do two jobs: defend against the strike force, the airplanes, and also shoot salvos at the Venture. So for now, it's doing quite a good job. It's basically, if you just compare the health pools of both fleets, it is really close. Alright, so the anti-air barrage continues. There are still, I think, half of the planes, give or take, are still operational, but it seems like Natterchap's approach to anti-air is to mainly cripple the planes, disable them, and then finish off. So I think that now, as the number of aircraft has decreased, I think it can focus fire better and get rid of that threat. And yeah, this one is down definitely, and this is still operational. So let's see how this is going to play out. Alright, that one got hit as well. So okay, just a couple of planes to remain. But the strike definitely caused Agincourt a lot of propulsion. Totally, it's like the stern of a ship was just cut off by the amount of bombs, and I'm not sure, but it looks like it could have some kind of problems with bringing the guns to bear because of the listing now. Let's have a quick look at Venture because we haven't been actually observing it for quite a while, because the majority of action was happening on the other side, and yeah, it definitely took some damage. So front turrets are damaged, back turret is damaged, so it lost a lot of firepower definitely, and still continues to get shots. Looks like the salvos have good accuracy, and yeah, I think that now basically Agincourt can just focus all the guns on the battleship. So 81% for Agincourt, 85% for Venture, but we have to remember the Venture has a smaller health pool because of using both battlecruiser and carrier support traits, so it doesn't really have all that firepower in its sleeve. Not all the resources could be used, so now it suffers to a pretty massive damage, I think. While it's light, I think it's still relatively tanky, but those guns from Agincourt, they are definitely no joke. But the remaining Thompson's guns are also no joke, so let's see how this is going to go right now. Let's just briefly inspect the superstructure here. I mean the armored belt and the citadel area. It still looks okay. I think it's still fine. Yeah, that volume looked really well. And yeah, looks like from the HP pool perspective, it was able to make up, and of course the entire fleet. If you can compare both fleets to each other, Agincourt is 80% to 69, so it's definitely winning the exchange. Even if it's sunk by the Venture, still that's going to be quite a lot of points from doing the damage. But looks like it's looks like the Venture is still the aggressor. It's the one that keeps on pushing, keeps on catching up and closing the distance. And now Agincourt, it's angling away and not really wanting to make a closer contact. Does it actually have still a proportion? I think it's only the rudder, the active rudder, that is still working on the ship. Otherwise, it's, and of course the the recoil from the guns. I think that's the main proportion now. All right, this is really a knife fight kind of distance. The ships are very close, so a lot of shots are going to depend on if they are going to skip off the water or actually land, or maybe both in some cases. But I think now what Agincourt needs is some good citadel hits, or maybe disabling that remaining guns on the Venture and just sealing its fate, because it still keeps on chipping away. Agincourt, I think, was quite lucky being able to retain so much guns, but I think the problem here is gun depression. It's trying but not really able to lower the guns all the time, but that was a nice volley just at the throwing distance pretty much. I think the captains could have been throwing stones at each other from this range. Okay, now the Venture is exposing its turn, Let's see if Agincourt can take some advantage of that. And yeah, some really nasty and accurate shots are being landed on this turn. But the propulsion is still there. So it's got this clipper kind of rear, so it protects that propulsion pretty well. It's difficult to take it out using the conventional guns. Bombs, it's another story, but guns is difficult to land a shot there. Okay, so the Venture is at 67% and 57% altogether fleet, and Agincourt nearly 80%, 79%. So looks like it's definitely winning. Another volley. Yeah, some good hits. Most of the shots actually landed. And looks like the Venture is still exposing the same side, so it didn't switch. The sides, so the undamaged section is right here, but it's always exposing the same side, so it might mean that it's easier to be Citadel. Let's see about that. But I think Agincourt is not really using an APHE round. I think it's these are hollow point HE, so it means that they are good at doing some surface damage, but not really able to pierce a lot of armor before exploding. But yeah, but they can just slowly chew away the remaining armor. Let's have a closer look at the Citadel section. Still holding. I think that Venture protection of Citadel is quite good, especially from the sides and above. I think that below the Citadel it's got that weak spot that planes have been able to exploit. Shells are hitting, however some of the shells actually skipped because Venture now is really low in the water. It didn't lose any speed, but it's a bit low. Let's have a look at Agincourt once again. And actually it's now exposing the other side, so less damaged one, which is really good for Agincourt. It's definitely able to tank more, and it have some additional secondaries on the side that have not been damaged yet. So it's shooting everything it's got. And Venture now is in deep trouble. It's at 60%, so just 5% away from a total despawn. So pretty much fighting for survival right now. But Agincourt, yeah, it would be very, very happy to take that 55 points with it during for the battle. So there is still some time to finish the fight, basically. So is the Venture going to survive? Is the Agincourt going to seal the deal and take that extra point with him? Let's have a look. Now the angling is at least at this point a bit unfortunate, so only a small portion of the guns can actually be brought to bear, and there is a bit of self-damage from that secondary, from the AA gun. So It's only 1.5 minutes remaining in the match. I really don't know if it's enough time for the Agincourt to dispatch the Venture. Let's find out. Wow, the Venture is really tanking against other ships. It's so difficult to destroy it. The Citadel is really, really tough. And finally, the front guns, they are turning slowly to deliver that blow. And depressing, and yeah, a good hit. And a follow-up from the rear gun, but it's enough. Barely, just 0.3% remaining from destruction of the Venture. Is the Agincourt going to be able to... Yes, it was able to deliver that final blow. Yeah, just in the last seconds pretty much. So yeah, the Venture is despawning, so that's it. Yeah, just in time. 2 damage, and it was just the last seconds pretty much. Wow, that was a interesting ending. Yeah. So condolences to Thompson and HMS Venture. It fought really fiercely. It was putting a pressure at HMS Agincourt, but finally fell to the overwhelming firepower from the Agincourt. And congratulations to Natterchap. It really shows how tanky and how much firepower actually Agincourt have. It was perfectly built for this prolonged battle. It was able to still keep 74% of the ship remaining despite of the full-length battle and dispatch a very difficult opponent. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.